Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel, and we're here at the Palma International Boat Show. You can see there's some absolutely gorgeous boats here, and we're going to feature as many as we can on the channel over the coming days. We particularly love Pearl, and they've got a fantastic lineup of boats here, but this one caught our eye because this is not a new boat, this is a charter boat. So if you like the idea of try before you buy, then this is very much up your street. This boat to go and buy would be somewhere between, well, it depends on specs, 6, 7, 8 million euros. You can charter this one though for anything from about 90 to 120,000 euros per week. Now that's still quite a lot of money, don't get too excited, you've still got to pay extra for your fuel, your food, anything else really that you want, your beverages and so forth, and of course you'll be very generous and tip the crew as well. But it's a spectacular boat, and it's actually for charter via Mallorca Marine Group. Mallorca Marine Group are the oldest Pearl dealer, and yeah, very experienced, and this is a very, very special boat. So this has actually been superseded. They don't make the 95 anymore. So this is a fantastic opportunity for us to go on board, and let me show you around, because it is really something very special. Now, being a charter boat, it's set up for charter. So things like colour palette, furniture and all that kind of stuff is very much aimed at the charter market. People are going to spend a week, two, maybe on this boat. It's not an owner's boat, as it were, but it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So it's massive U-shaped dining with some freestanding chairs there. We've got our sort of outdoor bar kitchen area. If we make our way across, then we've got steps down onto the bathing platform. And you can see there we've got a couple of sun lounges. What a lovely place to be. And then this garage will accommodate something like a Williams 485. This will lift up, and then you can see the tracks in the floor here where your tender will come out, and then this whole area will drop down and you launch it out. Got a little sea bob down here, so all the toys for when you charter. Lady B2. Right, I've got a lot to get to, show you, so let's have a little look in the saloon area first. So here we go. As the camera adjusts and we can see the furnishing, it's pretty glossy, it's absolutely gorgeous. I guess it's all taste though, isn't it? Yeah, I might love it, somebody else might hate it, but you've got to say it does make you feel very, very special indeed. You can see over there we've got these big sliding doors, and then we've got the reverse of that over here. So obviously the boat is air conditioned, but you can open those up, get this wonderful flow of air through. You can see as well these kind of glass balustrades there, so when you're sat down in the saloon area you can see out over the ocean. Got a massive dining table for 8 people, and then if we swing around, there's our little TV. Well, not little TV, that's probably about 60 inches I would think. You can probably hear all the systems whirring away. I'm stood under one of the air conditioning vents, and it's super cool and absolutely lovely. Right, onward and upward. Look at this detailing here, all this marble and this sort of stainless steel inlay. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to show you the kitchen, the galley. This is a crewed boat, so when you charter it, you get 3 crew. You get a skipper, you get a deckhand, and you get a chef. So this is obviously where the chefing happens. We've got all our ovens and ice makers and refrigerators and all that kind of good stuff. This boat is in use, so you can see here this coned off area, there's a stairway that leads down, so there's another crew mess, and then obviously the 3 berths for the crew. And just to prove to you that it's in use, there you go, a fridge full of things to keep everybody well fed and watered. And what's nice is it's obviously absolutely self-contained, so you've got a pocket door there that slides across, all the food gets prepped here, and then it's just a short hop into the main saloon. I'm going to take you out onto the foredeck, because we got a door here, and you'll notice there's some steps up. Now there's a very good reason for that. When I show you a little bit later on the accommodation, you'll understand why the bow of this boat sits a little bit higher. When we're out here though, we got this lovely chill out area. So again, seating for a good 8 people, maybe 10. You can see these pop-up lights that as the light fades, the atmosphere builds. And then out the front here we've got all our deck handling gear, twin anchors, and then another lovely chill out zone. You can see there over the show how high up we are already, and we can go higher again still. That's your view back. Lovely. So I say this is a charter boat. It is available. I'll put the details below in the description. So if you do fancy making this your own for a week or two, you could do that. And if you really like it, maybe buy one, or buy the 100, or buy the 82, or buy any of the Pearl models, because we're big fans. We think they're lovely. Right. Enough of the sales pitch, but I am genuinely enthusiastic about these boats. Okay, so we're going to move down the starboard side, and I'm going to take you into the owner's master cabin. On our left hand side here we've got day heads, and then this area here is all about the owner. So we've got a door that can pull across and seal the area out. Sorry, got a reflection of me then. And now we're into owner territory. On our left hand side there we've got a walk-in wardrobe. There you go, lights on. And then we've got this kind of lobby area here, and we've got somewhere there for makeup, or you can put your laptop and do a little bit of work. And then how about this? Full beam at deck level, massive bed, little private dining area for breakfast, pop-up TV, and then if you remember just now there was this sofa right at the bow, and we're sort of level with the deck handling gear, and this glazing is all your natural light and view out, and it's kind of like, almost like one-way glass. So it's tinted, but there are also blinds as well that will come down. And then let's move over here, which is our ensuite. Not often you find an ensuite with its own sofa. And a big kind of double shower, rainfall shower head, and then all this kind of marble finish. And there you go, you can relax in your bath after a hard day of relaxing. It's lovely, isn't it? All this kind of high gloss finish, obviously, you know, very individual, but beautifully done. All the leather and all this sort of stainless steel or a chrome inlay. That's pretty spectacular, isn't it? If you want to feel like a king, wow, this environment's going to certainly encourage that feeling, right? Okay, so back out of our self-contained owner's suite, and then we've got a staircase here. One goes up, one goes down. Let's go downstairs first of all, and I can show you the guest accommodation. So we've got accommodation for the 3 crew, as I said. We've got the master suite, but then we've got this area down here which is made up of 4 double cabins. So we've got this lovely lobby area, you can see, with all the displays and whatnot, and off this lobby here's our first double. Fantastic headroom, sumptuous carpets, all this high gloss wood finish, and then round the corner there we've got our heads, our ensuite rainfall shower head, and you can probably just hear the air conditioning rumbling away, and a bit of AV, bit of TV out of here. And then if we take a sharp left, we've got the same thing again. So these are kind of effectively mirrored. So same setup, another double, same ensuite, same AV. So nobody's going to argue because those 2 doubles are practically identical. And then swing around the lobby here, and this is slightly different configuration. On the starboard side we've got this set up as a twin, So again, lots of headroom, oversized singles I would say, and we've got our own ensuite with the shower head and so forth. Of course it's got a shower head, it's a shower, what are you thinking about? And then across here we've got another twin. Same setup. So 8 berths downstairs, plus our owner's accommodation, takes it to 10, plus the 3 crew. So that's 13 people. Okay, back up this staircase, and then we've got 2 final areas, if you like, to go to. You can see here there's access out to the side deck should you need it, and this is where our skipper will do most of the long passages from. So got all our screens there set up, 3 big displays. Not sure if you can see very well, there's a camera there looking out over the rear swim platform. Display there of where we are, and then a display of our engine room, which is rather good because it saves us having to go down and have a look in there. So this boat is running a couple of MTU M96s, 2,000 horsepower each. There we go. Gives the speed, top speed 28 knots. So this thing will shift and it will cruise at about 18. And there's a very useful sofa here, so if you want to spend some time on passage with your skipper, that's exactly what you can do. There's 2 ways up onto the flybridge. We can do it off the rear kind of cockpit. There's a staircase up there, or we can come up from this sort of pilot house area, which is what we will do. And then we've got a second helm here. Again, everything we saw downstairs. So we've got, again, cameras, so we can see there. I think that, does that show? Not sure if it does. There's a map. Yep, there's the rear bathing platform. Bow thrusters, stabilizers, chain counters, all that kind of good stuff. And then over on the starboard side, we've got our bar area. So, got fridges and ice makers here, and a very well stocked cocktail drawer with beers and shakers and all that kind of good stuff. There you go. So you can imagine having a wonderful evening up here. And then this whole area is open at the moment. We've got this great big sort of sun top, and it's got a retractable panel, so this is absolutely open to the elements at the moment, flooded with sunshine, but you can electrically move that one to cover it up. And then down here we've got a nice dining area. So again, that will sit 6, 8, 10 people quite comfortably. And I think, I haven't found the button for it, but I think just there is a pop-up TV. So it looks like it. I can't find the button, but I'm sure that's the case. So you can imagine being sat here watching the football or the tennis or the golf or whatever it is that's important to you. And then over here we've got this second sort of L-shaped lounger. And at the back here we've got some freestanding furniture. So we've got a couple of sun lounges, and we've got this clear balustrade, so you can see right the way through. And if you're feeling guilty for all the partying you've done, you've even got some healthy options. So you've got your bike, and that would be probably the best view of any gym in the world, looking out over the ocean as you pedal off those calories. And there's even kind of a gym station here. Now I don't know if these have ever been used. I can't find a single scuff or single mark on the deck, but a nice touch, and the sort of thing you think, yes, I'm going to stay fit while I'm having my week on board chartering, and they've enabled it for you. So there you go. What an incredible boat, what an incredible opportunity. If you like Pearl, this is a great way to spend some time on board without having to buy one, so charter one instead. Anyway, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the quick tour. As I say, like, subscribe, tell us what you like. I'll put some links below, so you can find out more about chartering this boat, but also about other Pearl models as well that you can buy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really, really helps us. But the most important thing for us is keep coming back for more. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.